guys, if this is your first time viewing this channel, my name is Cynthia and welcome to my channel, Graciously Growing. Now, I am in the middle of Vlogmas, and for anyone that's new, Vlogmas is when YouTubers decide to upload a video every day from December 1st through December 24th, Christmas Eve. And today is Vlogmas day number 13. And for Vlogmas, I've decided to introduce you to my plants alphabetically, A through Z. And today for Vlogmas day number 13 will be M. And for M, I have decided to introduce you to all of my plants that are on moss poles. And also, I'm going to introduce you to two plants that I have on trellises, because one of those is a Monstera and Sonii, which is also for M. So I hope you enjoy this video. So here is my Florida green on her moss pole, and I have to say she is loving her moss pole. It took a couple months, but she's just been pushing out new leaves. Here is a new leaf. You can see how shiny it is. Here is a new leaf. She has one coming right there. She has one coming right there. So she has just been pushing out leaves left and right. I'm gonna show you the back of the moss pole in a minute to see if we can see if any of the roots have grown into the moss pole to the point that we can see it. But yeah, this is my Florida green. She's absolutely gorgeous. So here is the back of the moss pole on my Florida green, and I do see some roots. I'm gonna try to see if I can show you guys. So right here, do you see that root going across? So she does have some roots growing in there. And so, yeah, I'm pretty sure there may be more in there, but that's the only visible one that I can see, this right there. So she is happy and doing well. My next moss pole beauty is this Philodendron Red Diamond. And she is also happy. This is her newest leaf right here that is about to unfurl. And she had another leaf that came out. I think it was this one a couple weeks ago. So yeah, she is doing absolutely well. And she seems to like her moss pole as well. And I don't even have to turn her around to show you one of her roots. And I really don't know what to do about this. But look at this root right here. Do you see how she's down here, but the root has grown all the way up to the top right there, and it's about to protrude out of the plant. I've never seen that. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Like I said, I'm thinking about maybe attaching another moss pole. And excuse the lights in here. My son, when he had this room, when he was staying with me, this was his room, and he put some type of dimmer in, and it just goes, it does that all day. It drives me crazy, and I can't figure out how to open the top of the light fixture to change the bulb, but I'm gonna take care of that soon. But yeah, so now I'm going to turn her around, and we're gonna see if she has any other roots other than that one that is about to protrude out. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so now here's the back of the moss pole, and I do see some roots. I see a root right there. Can you see that? And then when you go up, there she is. See how she's rooting? Yeah. So she also has visible roots as well as this one in the back. That is absolutely crazy. But yeah, so she's quite happy as well. There goes that root again. So that is how she's doing. Now consider these two as bonus footage because this obviously is not a moss pole, but it's on a trellis. And I didn't do this to this. I think this is a philodendron lemon lime, if there's such a thing, because it's definitely not a pothos. So I think this is a philodendron. But I bought her that this way. And so she's on a trellis and she has some new leaves here and here. This one as well. So she seems to be happy. And I remember purchasing her because I like to, when I have a few extra bucks and I'm off, I like to go to the Lowe's and Home Depot early in the morning. And I remember I went to Home Depot and for whatever reason, they had this plant and another one I'm gonna show you in a minute. They were like, I think they were like $5. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. They're coming home. So yeah, so that's the first one. I believe, like I said, this is a philodendron. Let me see if I have a name tag in the back. I don't, but I do believe that's what she is. Okay, she's absolutely gorgeous. And I'm gonna show you her somewhat neighbored. All right, you guys, so during that same trip, I got this one, Monstera Asonii, and she's on that same type of trellis, but this was 2 plants for the price of 10. I had to get them, and this was a while ago. I wanna say this was about at least 2 or 3 months ago, because it was, yeah, it was still summer when I got these plants, and they were nice size, but they have grown. They have definitely grown. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it on the trellis. I think so, because they seem to be happy. And so I don't really see the need to change them. This is the same potting soil or substrate that they came in. And if you wanna see, I would show you kind of where they are positioned, but this is my plant room and I wanna show you the whole plant room in another video. So that's why I'm just showing you bits and pieces here. But yeah, that's my Monstera Asonii. So here's another Monstera. I don't know why I want to say Monstera Asonii that I've had for quite a while that I actually put on a moss pole, and she's really not been doing anything. When I first put her on the moss pole, a couple of her leaves died, and then the leaves stopped dying, but I have not really seen any growth. But I'm still hopeful because, like I said, my other plants took quite a while. Now, I did put all of them on the moss pole at the same time, and the other ones are already showing signs of happiness. But maybe this one needs a little bit more time. And I'm gonna turn her around. And I do, of course, she does not, this is not where she is. I just put her on my kitchen table because it's easier for me to maneuver and show you this plant. So I'm gonna turn her around and we're gonna see about any roots. Okay, so I have studied her, and I don't see any roots at all yet. But like I said, we're not gonna give up hope. You know, some plants take longer than others, and I am hoping that eventually she's gonna settle in and we're gonna start seeing some growth. But yeah. But right now she's looking a little pitiful. But this is I'm gonna call her baby Monstera Asonii. I'm gonna get that name right. Okay, here's my painted lady. And again, she does not live on my kitchen table, but I'm just putting her here so that you can have a good view of her. And she's been spitting out new growth. Here's the newest one to come in. And she's had quite a few leaves that have unfurled. So she seems to be happy. The last time I checked her for any roots that I could see, I didn't see any, but we're going to check right now. Okay, I've looked her over and I don't see any roots that, you know, that are visible. And here's the thing, just because they're not visible doesn't mean that she is not attached to this pole. And so I'm a little bit more hopeful with this one than the Monstera Asodii, because I continue to see new growth, which to me means that she is happy. And so, yeah, hopefully I will begin to see some roots, some visible roots in the back of her moss pole. But this is my painted lady. Now here is my Philodendron brandium. I love this plant. I love the silvery tinge to its leaves. If you remember when I did my moss pole video, I haven't figured out how YouTubers, because I'm still new, pin a video, a previous video on the screen as they're doing a new video to show, you know, say, hey, click on this if you want to see the previous video. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. But if you look at my video, go to my page, and I think it's called moss poles. Come, let's do some moss poles or something like that. This particular Philodendron brandium was on a moss pole that from the store, from the nursery, and it was a horrible moss pole, impossible to keep moisturized. So I took it off and put it on this one. And this one, I mean, same thing with the Monstera Asodii. A few leaves died off and then it kind of settled down, but no new growth whatsoever. But again, I am hoping that eventually I will begin to see the root system in this showing in the, you know, that's visible in the back of the pole. Right now, I have not seen anything. And while I'm at it, I want to show you what is at the top of all of my moss poles in case you have moss poles. Some people use cups, and I think I will when I go to the store, remember to get some. But look at this. This is just, I cut off the, you know, the water bottle. I put it inside each one of my moss poles, and I pour, you know, that's how I water my moss poles. And I have to water my moss poles 2 to 3 times a week because they are prone to get dry really quick. So yeah, if you don't have the cup, I think the cup works better. I think the cup looks nicer, and I'm going to change to that. Just get a cup to put in there and put a hole in the bottom. And of course, clear type of cup so that it's not really noticeable. But for right now, that is what I'm using. And it keeps the water from just going everywhere, and it actually goes down into the moss pole. So it's working very well. So I'm not in a rush to change it. But yeah, that is my Philodendron brandium, and that is the last plant that I have on moss poles. Okay guys, that is the end of today's video. Let me know in the comment section, do you have any plants on moss poles or on trellises? And have you had any difficulty such as keeping the moss poles moist, and whether you've had any difficulties in growing your plants on trellises? Also, I told you in the last video that I want you guys to guess how many plants I have in my home. And some of you have already indicated what you think that number is. And if you want to change that number, if you want to up it or lower it, as I give you other tours of plants in different parts of my home, feel free to do so. But I will give you the actual number on the last day of Vlogmas, which will be December 24th. But until next time, happy holidays and be blessed.